together, we have a great opportunity. There are a lot of potentials, as I've heard from the opening speeches from both sides, the Romanian and the Egyptian side. We need to really build on this partnership. As I said, we've signed already several agreements and MOUs today, which is based on extensive work, discussions, negotiations from both parties, the Egyptian and the Romanian side. And I want to hear also thank the delegations from both sides. And here I am the Minister of Investment and International Cooperation. However, the delegation represents high-level officials from several ministries. Transportation is here, trade and industry, agriculture, health, also military production. I want to make sure I know, and also several authorities. So we have 10 ministries and institutions represented here, and we had very productive discussions that led to signing of MOUs, and more important is the actions and seeing tangible results on the ground. And I believe this will not happen without the strong and extensive partnership between the government and the private sector. We've all been agreed and endorsed the Sustainable Development Goals, and we know that we will not achieve development or inclusive growth without a strong partnership with the private sector. I want to here highlight something important that came to my mind with the excellent meetings I was fortunate to have today with the Vice Prime Minister and also with my colleague, the Minister of Entrepreneurship, the Minister of Business Environment, Trade and Entrepreneurship, is that the merger of the two ministries interestingly made a difference. And every time I go into a mission, I see the difference. I used to sign MOUs during my first year and a half as Minister of International Cooperation that are very effective, but I never had the chance to have leverage to actually implement projects on the ground. So now I'm very fortunate because now I'm able to meet with the investors, I'm able to listen to the concerns, the challenges, the problems they face, and I'm able to make use of the joint committee and the excellent economic partnership to actually serve the private sector. And I see myself as a ministry that is there to serve you, to address, to streamline the procedures, to solve the problems, to make sure that the legal and regulatory framework is conducive, and to help you forge stronger partnership with the private sector from the Romanian side. And this is something I'm committed to do moving forward with all my joint committees. And I think Romania is an excellent opportunity. Yesterday I had the same high-level committee for Jordan, and we did the same. And moving forward, that will be my approach, and I count on the private sector. I see a lot of friends, colleagues, and the partners in the room, and I want to really make that firm commitment to all of you. We had excellent meetings today, and we agreed on next steps. We've already picked on some of them. So first, we want to encourage more FDI, Romanian FDI in Egypt. And I had the opportunity to share the main pillars of the economic reform program. We have an excellent, bold, ambitious, courageous economic reform program that addressed many concerns. In my first few months, I used to have meetings with the investors and hear a lot of concerns on the foreign exchange, lack of foreign currency, unable to transfer to their arrears, unable to get their arrears from the government, the black market. And at that time, it was very challenging for me to respond, and I kept on saying it's a transition period, it's a country that came out of two major revolutions, a lot of political uncertainty, and we're now on track. There is economic stability, there is political stability, and more important, there is a vision for a program. So now I'm able, with a lot of confidence, to say that after the flotation of the foreign exchange and a lot of fiscal and monetary policy reforms that took place, these are the key challenges that have been addressed. But sometimes I hear still a little bit of noise, and then that is why in the investment law we make sure we build a new contract with the private sector. We build mutual trust, because I know the trust has been lost from both sides. From the government side versus the private sector, but also from it. And rightly so, because the country has been going through challenging times. So we wanted to make sure a new contract is signed, and that new contract provides clear guarantees. It gives you guarantees legally, legal rights. It gives the private sector the guarantee for no more challenges in convertibility of currency, of transfers of area, no risks of repatriation, expatriation, or nationalization of the project. You establish your firm, you guarantee stability of these policies based on which you establish. So we've addressed a lot of these problems. We've come up with not only the President has ratified an investment law, but we also looked at the whole legal and regulatory framework. We've amended the companies law. We've also moving forward with the bankruptcy law because business environment is easy entry but also easy exit. We also looked at the financial inclusion, that's very important, access to finance. So we've also amended the capital markets law and the presidential, and the president issued a new presidential decree based on which the stock market operates. So we're moving on very concrete basis. We move forward with large infrastructure projects because we know that maritime, without roads, without transportation, and this is an area where we've discussed a lot of areas of mutual interest, and we can learn a lot from the Romanian experience on that front. Startups, so I've also shared with my colleagues and friends and partners on the Romanian side, the new company, the Egypt venture company, venture capital company that supports startups based on discussion with a lot of young people, and I'm very impressed with the experience in Romania of the equity financing because a lot of young people have reservations regarding debt financing. They refrain from taking loans. They think it's risky, so that's why we move with equity financing, and that's helping. This is something we're working on, and I encourage the private sector to join forces with Harry and myself on how to really make it. I've already agreed with the government to have the next mission in November. So I always believe that the private sector moves faster than the government. So I expect that you even come before. So I here extend my formal invitation to all the participants from the private sector, and I will count on the Egyptian businessmen to make sure that that happens, that you please join, because having you along with the government together gives it much better leverage. It will help me, and maybe we can make a really strong agenda where I'm able to schedule meetings for you and visits to the actual big mega projects. We have the Suez Canal Economic Zone. Abraham is making a great job there. I think you should go and see the site. There is a lot of opportunities there. There's a new capital with a lot of opportunities. I know that it has great potential because I can see a lot of interest from Europe, from Asia, from Africa to come, and from the US. So that's another opportunity. There is Alamein with an excellent resort. So I encourage you, just tell me where you want to visit, and of course, in addition to meeting with all my colleagues, the relevant ministers, Minister of Trade and Industrie, Minister of Agriculture, Minister of Transport, Minister of the Energy Ministers, the Petroleum Minister and the Electricity Minister, they have large and excellent projects with a lot of potential. I don't want to miss any of my colleagues, but just let me know where are the areas of interest, and I make sure that you meet with the right private sector counterpart, but also the government counterpart. So I will thank you again, and thanks very much for a very warm welcome. I feel home, and this is just a starting point. It's a kickoff after 7 years of delay, and I'm sure we will see success in the coming period. Thank you.